Apparently, first impressions are really important. Suppose you go for an interview and your first impression isn't what they want in an employee. So, you know what? Goodbye, no job. But the thing is, I always think that people aren't using the whole first impression thing very well nowadays because, let's face it, the whole point of this first impression is so important thing is that people are not that bothered about getting to know you because it takes a lot of time. So that's why they always say, "Oh, you need to show them everything that would about you the first time. You can't show them something they won't like." So that's something for me. Like, what if you're being fake? What if you're just showing them what they want and you're not being you? The fact that we think about it so much, is it actually destroying our own impression of ourselves? Are we just being what people want, or are we being what we want? So, putting meeting important people aside, suppose you go to a social event or high school orientation, these things where you are there to meet people. Oh, you meet someone and you're like, they're quite nice. Or you meet someone else and you're like, I don't think I'll get along with them very well. Is that actually fair? It's okay for us to choose who we want to get to know, but then sometimes it's like we don't even realize what we're missing, what good people we could have been talking to or sharing ideas with. It's like with certain friendships, you're going to think that they're not going to go anywhere or you're not going to grow as a person with certain people. But have you ever shocked yourself from getting to know someone that you were never really bothered about and realizing how much you had in common, how much you were able to talk to them, so much more than the person you actually thought it would work out with? Like, for example, I've met lots of people that had lots of ideas about me the first time they've met me. They thought so differently than what I actually am, like with people I'm comfortable with. You don't say very much, do you? Why aren't you loud like the rest of us? Why don't you talk? Why don't you say something? Why don't you come party with the rest of us with people you've never met before? Aren't you comfortable with that? Why not? Why don't you come discuss things with us? Let's all talk about Lady Gaga. Let's all talk about things you don't like. Why don't you come join us and talk about things that you really just don't care about? Gee, are you okay? You look really, really sad to be here. Listen to me. I'm a classic introvert. The first time you meet me, I may not want to talk too much because I'm introverted. It doesn't mean I don't know how to talk. It doesn't mean I'm sad all the time. It's just I like to keep to myself and listen rather than put myself out there and say, "Hello, everybody, I'm an idiot and I have no idea what I'm doing." Fine, I'm a boring, weird person that doesn't say much. Fine. I don't care what you think of me. But you know what? That's not what I really am like when you get to know me.
I love cartoons and I have Mickey Mouse bed sheets.
So if ever I'm in public and you ask me if I'd like to dance, this is why I usually say no. So there you have it. Classic example of why first impressions are totally not reliable.
Bye-bye!